Today we're working on Excel Expert Lesson 5, the fourth lesson, Nesting Functions. I'm sure some of you have always wondered how you could nest a function. Well, today you will learn. In this worksheet, you're going to enter text formulas to extract the first names from column A and put them in column B. Then extract the family names from column A and put them in column C. Enter the first set of formulas for row 4. So here's what we're going to enter. In B4, click in cell B4, we're going to type equals MID parentheses A4 comma 9 comma 5 in parentheses, and that took out Jamie. C4, we're going to type equals left A4 comma 6. So what that did when we typed A46, it referenced this cell and it gave us the first 6 characters. And this one, what it did, it took the mid and it went in that and it went over 9 spaces, and then it gave us those 5 characters. That's what those formulas did. I think we did that earlier, but that's just your refresher for the day. So copy the formula in cells B4 and to C4 down to B5 to C12. So I'm going to highlight these two. I'm going to click on the little bottom down here and drag it down. And you can see that, gives you some, this is what it's supposed to look like. The results demonstrate you're going to need to adjust the parameters of almost every formula to correctly extract the names. The formulas will need to be changed again if any of the names in column A are changed afterwards. However, there's a better way to perform this same task using nested functions. By looking at the names in column A, you will see that a comma always separates the first name from the last name. So we need to change the formulas in cells B4 and C4 to calculate the position of the comma in cell A4. So select cell B4. We're going to enter equals find starting parentheses, a quotation mark, a comma, another quotation mark, another comma, A4 in parentheses. Enter the same formula into cell C4, but do not copy it from B4. So equals find parentheses, quotation mark, comma, quotation mark, comma, A4 in parentheses. Both formulas yield the exact same results as expected. When you look at the name in cell A4, you can see the last name is to the left of the comma. You can then use the left function to extract the last name from the cell A4. The left function requires 2 parameters, the original text string and the number of characters to extract. The second parameter will be calculated for you by the find function you had just entered. So select cell C4 again and modify the formula to equals left. So I'm going to see if it'll let me do this. So I'm going to click right there and type left starting parentheses A4 comma and then find and everything else, and then I need to put another parentheses at the end of this. The results demonstrate that the find function returns the position of the comma, which follows immediately after the last name. To extract the last name without the comma, simply subtract 1 from the results of the find function. So go back to cell C4 again and modify the formula to left A4 comma find, and we are removing, we're just going to go up here and type -1 in parentheses, and that subtracted 1 character. Isn't that something? Use the same technique to extract the first name, which is located to the right of the comma, using the mid function. The mid function requires three parameters: the original text string, the starting point position, and the number of characters. The starting position can be calculated again using the find function. Because the first name is to the right of the comma, then the number of characters to extract is simply the number of characters to the right of the comma. This can be calculated by nesting yet another function to calculate the total length of this text string and subtract the length of the last name. However, the mid function is very forgiving. If you use a number that's greater than the number of characters available, it will still only return what is there and will not add blank spaces at the end. Isn't that so nice? You can therefore use any number of your choice, but it must be big enough to extract enough characters. For this exercise, you will use a length of 20 characters, which you can adjust if necessary. So, select cell B4, and we're going to modify the formula to equals mid. So I'm going to type mid, parentheses, A4, comma, and then find, parentheses, A4, and at the end of that we're going to type comma 20 and an end parentheses. Like the last name, the find function includes a comma in its calculation. Add 2 to the result to skip over the comma and blank space after it. So select cell B4 again, and we're going to modify the formula. So after the A4, we're going to put a +2. Look at there. Copy the formulas in cells B4 to C4 down to the cells B5 to C12. So we'll highlight these again, click down here, and drag it down. Look at there. The formula is designed to be flexible to handle any name changes as long as the comma is in the correct position. Select cell A4 and enter Nye, comma, Jim. So I was dyslexic on my Nye. Look at there. Did it. So mark is answered. Go to the next one. Click the If Worksheet tab. So click down here on If. This worksheet will be used to calculate the number of corporate rewards points to be given to frequent travelers. The range, less than 5. A good way, and it's got all those numbers, a good way of approaching this problem is to start with a very simple formula and add it to pieces. So select cell F5 and enter. I'm tired of type. I copied it and pasted it. Copy this formula down from F6 to F29. So I'm just going to click on the bottom corner, go down to F29. You can see that every customer has either 1 or 3 points assigned to them. The maximum that a customer can get is 3 points, even though most of them should be getting more. So I need to modify this formula. The second if function is nested inside the first one. The full formula will be this. Right here. Select cell F5 again. Press F2. Delete the 3. And replace it with if parentheses D5 is less than 10, comma 3, comma 6, and hit enter. We found a typo. Let's see if If D5 is less than, let me go back and redo this. I did something wrong. Alright, so the formula, I'm just going to do this. Hopefully you typed it right. I did not. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to delete what's here. And I'm going to paste and get rid of the period that's at the end. There. So now I'm going to copy that formula down. So that's what it should look like. I don't know what I typed wrong. Something. Copy that down. Notice that the second if function nested inside the other if function uses the condition of D5 less than 10, even though the 3 points applies only to customers with 5 to 9 bookings. The condition should therefore be D5 greater than 4 and D5 less than 10. It turns out that the extra logic nest D5 greater than 4 is unnecessary because the nested function is performed only if the first if function results in a false value. The points values are now getting closer to what they should be. The customers with less than 10 bookings are currently getting 1 to 3, but many of the remaining customers should be getting more than 6 points. The next version of the formula will be this. So it's wanting us to replace that, and instead of me typing it all wrong again, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to do Control C. I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to delete what's there, and I'm going to paste my new formula. What did I do wrong now? No. Okay. We are doing this a bunch of times. We're replacing. I'm going to just skip to the chase. And it still shows me there's a problem with the formula. So, select F5 again, delete the final 10, and replace it with if D5 less than 30, 10, 20. Let's see what happens if I copy this down. I do not like this assignment. Look at each of the values, each of the point values in column F to verify they're calculated correctly. So let's see if mine looks like theirs. 20, 10. All my numbers look right. I don't know if it's going to give me credit for it. This has been the worst assignment ever. Let me see if I get it right. Oh, hallelujah. So, there you go. That completes nesting functions. Hallelujah.